Welcome back to the Real South Africa Travel and Tourism. We love having you here, but of course, make sure you like and subscribe to our channel. We really appreciate all you guys who have been following us over the years and are traveling to South Africa and trusting us with the process. So we will see you on the inside. Enjoy.
Good day, everyone. This is Latasha Blanton from the Real South Africa Travel and Tourism, and it's another beautiful day in South Africa. We are on another road trip. We decided to change our weather. It's a little cold in Gauteng right now, so we decided to take a road trip someplace where it's warmer. Of course, I'm not by myself.
Hey guys, what's going on? This is Mark Blanton from the Real South Africa Travel and Tourism, and we are rolling again. You know, like Tasha said, we had to change our weather. It was a little cold in Johannesburg, Pretoria area. So we're going to Mpumalanga, that's the province, but we're going to Mbombela, used to be known as Nelspruit. And so we're going to go there for a few days because we was told that the weather was amazing up there right now. And keep in mind, we're in the middle of winter. So we decided to come out. And of course, we are always traveling. And we've seen these roads before because we are constantly on the road. So for all those people that's be like, you need to come here, you need to go there. 10 times out of 10, we've probably already been there. We just never, put out any content. But this is what it looks like out here. This is the rural areas and whatnot. And I think within an hour and 15 minutes, we're going to be where we need to be. But it's absolutely stunning. It's beautiful. We absolutely love coming out here. We've been out here many times. And of course, we love Mpumalanga. And like I said, we are just rolling. So, but I hope everybody's good. Again, the travel space is amazing right now because people are traveling. We got people here currently in country, doing all the stuff, turning all the, just doing all the stuff that we like to do here in South Africa. And I think everybody tends to like our trips because they ain't got to worry about nothing. It's good. So that's what we're doing. And of course, right now, it feels free. Would you say that, Tasha?
It feels very free. Look at all of this.
Yeah, we're out and we're driving. It just feels good. And it's on a Thursday.
Is it Thursday?
I think it's Thursday.
Yeah. It's Thursday.
I think it's Thursday. But yeah, but it's been a lot in the travel space. Obviously, you guys already know that we do travel and tourism. We do it very well. So what am I going to say? First of all, obviously go to our website, therealsouthafrica.com. I'm amazed at how many people are actually going, because recently we've had a lot of people wanting to go to our safari packages. So if you're going on our safari packages, you're coming this way. You're coming this way because we're going to put you in a beautiful vehicle, kind of like what we're driving now, and we're going to drive you out to this location, and then you will enjoy your time out here. So we're doing that. So let's talk about joy. Me and Tasha had a conversation this morning. Get out of the way. We had a conversation this morning talking about why do we enjoy South Africa so much. Do you remember that conversation, Tasha?
I do. And when we were talking about it, it was basically trying to figure out what it really means to enjoy South Africa, what it means to experience South Africa properly. And we just started talking about all the experiences that we've had and why we enjoyed those so much.
Yeah, we've had a lot of experiences, a lot, probably more than most. Keep in mind, we've been here 6 years, so we had to unpack a lot of memories, unpack a lot of stuff.
Yeah.
We was able to do it a little bit, but we started talking about, being here. Obviously we're here full time, but there was a time that we were not here full time. We were tourists and we were visiting back and forth. But even before that, I guess we kind of came up with, maybe you can remind me of some of the stuff that we talked about.
Right.
But there was a time, like I said, the only thing that we saw about South Africa, about movies that were made like Cry Freedom and things like that, but something that was directed towards us Yeah, was Blacks Without Borders.
Yeah.
And of course, I did a little thing on my YouTube channel about that, but some time ago. But it was really that. But it wasn't enough at the time to make me say, "Oh, I just want to get up and move." It was just good to see Black people doing well, and and if you don't know, it was a bunch of Americans that were in it, and they were talking about their journey here in South Africa. Is that what you remember?
What I remember is that it was basically post 1994, and some Black Americans had moved to South Africa, and they were basically saying, what it was like to live here, why they chose South Africa, why they chose it at that time, and they chose it at a time when the exchange rate wasn't that great, but they still saw value in South Africa. They wanted to be here while it was growing, and the truth is, it's still growing. And I think that when he had the chance to come here for the first time, right after we saw that video, it just solidified that this is a place that we needed to visit more often.
Yeah, well, basically what happened was we watched the video and we was like, once again, this is crazy. This is actually happening. These are Black Americans doing this in Africa. Who does that? So again, it didn't motivate me to move. It didn't even motivate me to want to come visit.
No, actually it didn't. It was just nice to watch.
It was nice to see. It was in the back of my head. But then shortly after that, because of, I was U.S. Secret Service for many years, I ended up having the opportunity to come, with the Vice President at the time for World Cup. I've been on many trips. I've popped into many countries and popped out of many countries. I said, well, this be like any other trip. And I got on this trip. Honestly, it was probably one of the best trips that I could have possibly been on.
Even though you were working.
Even though I was working. Because the good part about it was, and I think that which kind of shaped why I'm here today, is because I met some good people. I met a lot of good people. Mostly South Africans. They didn't really meet any Americans, just South Africans. Okay, and at the time there was no YouTube or anything like that. And if there was something on YouTube, I would have never known because I wasn't, I wasn't interested, or I wasn't even looking at YouTube. No. I was looking at ESPN most of the time. But anyway, so we started thinking again, like, why do we enjoy it so much? So we ended up coming back. So I get back to the States, and then he's like, hey, the people that I met, hey, why don't you come? So I bought Tasha, my mother at the time, and I bought my daughter Savannah. Oh, there's that. Okay, there's that. And I just brought everybody, I brought my family, and we got hosted. We did a proper tourism type stuff. We saw a lot of stuff. We absolutely enjoyed South Africa the way it's supposed to be, right? Like, this is what it is. It wasn't the South Africa that they keep telling me about. It was a different South Africa.
Right.
So now I had the benefit of coming during the World Cup. I had the benefit of, a South African hosting me and showing me, all the good things. And so it was amazing. Like, even going to where we're going right now, we're in this direction, to Mpumalanga.
They brought us here.
Yeah, they brought us here.
Yeah.
And they also, remember, they took us to Kruger.
They did.
Yeah, and of course, if you would have told me that back then I needed to go to Kruger, I was like, I don't need to go to no Kruger.
What?
Which we hear that a lot. We hear people, I don't want to go on game drives, I don't want to do this. Again, they don't know. And then that's why we have game drives pretty much, or some animal interaction or wildlife interaction in almost every tour.
Yep.
Simply because when we went, we was like, this is amazing.
Amazing.
You remember?
I do. I do. And I think that's why we sympathize so much with people like, I don't want to go see the animals. I'm like, we were just like you.
Yeah.
We were just like you. And now we go as often as we can because we love it that much, and we think that you will have the same experience that we had, because it is that important.
Yeah. So again, so here we are. So now we go back home, and we just like a lot of our travelers, just like our travelers, we try to expose them to the same things that we were exposed to. We do everything we can to try to make it like that, so they can have a proper experience, and then they get to decide what they want to do from there, because we got to decide. Why shouldn't you?
Absolutely.
So again, just to make the story short, we went home, we thought about it, like, man, this is crazy. Man, this was, how many years ago? 12 years ago? 12 years ago?
Oh yeah, 12.
Yeah. And we got there. All right, guys. So then we went to Cape Town. And because we went home, we was just enamored. We couldn't stop talking about South Africa. And so we truly understand when people come on our trips and they see what they see, and they get exposed to South Africa properly, that they want to come back. I totally get it. But we did the same thing. So we went to Cape Town just to see if we like Cape Town. Joburg, Cape Town. Obviously, Cape Town is amazing, but we chose Johannesburg. But this is the one thing I think that helps us enjoy South Africa. Because in our journeys, and Tasha can tell you the same, in our journeys, we went back and forth. And then there are those that are like, hey, I don't want to do that, and that's fine. I'm not saying you have to go back and forth, but you have to have a proper experience here in South Africa. And that's why, we was actually talking about how many people that are actually going back and forth right now that's come with us initially. There's a lot of
people that have come with us multiple times and then decide to start doing it on their own. And what they're realizing is that the experience of South Africa starts with its people. And once you start building proper relationships with South Africans, that enhances and adds value to your experience. And that's what happened to us.
Yeah, because I don't think we had any Americans in the middle. There was nobody, and then when we finally did look at YouTube, it was a bunch of stuff about how bad South Africa is,
Yeah,
and I'm like,
it's dangerous.
yeah, and I'm like, where are these places?
Yeah.
Because the places that we were exposed to were very nice, very upmarket, places that I would want to be.
Yeah.
And so I built my whole ideal of South Africa around that. So, and then obviously I wanted to partake in that. So then that means I had to plan, I had to make sure my stuff was in order. I wasn't just popping up and saying I wanna come and live as a resident without having a plan.
Right.
So, but you're not really motivated if you don't see South Africa proper. I'm only going to tell you this. I'm just going to tell you, you're really not going to be motivated. So that's why I think, what we did was everything that we went through, the things that we learned along the way, like all the stuff, we just put it in our packages.
Yeah.
You need to eat your first marble pudding, and have an emotional response.
You do.
There are just certain things that you have to do.
Yeah.
And it's sad, but it's true. At least it was true for us. And then when we start, now we've been doing this for 5 years, going on 6 years, bringing people over to South Africa. And we just, the people that we brought, now that's who I'm chatting about.
Yeah.
They tend to all go down the same path.
Well, don't you think, because I'm listening to what you're saying, and I'm thinking at the same time that it sounds to me like your first experience actually matters. The way you experience South Africa the first time will cause you to think about what's available. How else do you want to experience South Africa? It puts you in situations where you want to have access to amazing food, where you want to have access to amazing people. And when you have access to those things after your first experience, then everything starts to become an experience if it's done right.
Yeah. It's kind of like, people that's been around us enough, they would say, Mark always keeps saying there's levels to this, right? So if you start at level 1, it's going to take you a while to get to level 5, per se. But let's say there's 10 levels. It's going to take you some time to get there. Meaning that you got to go through all of the undulations, and you might be just fine with that. But there are a lot of people that are not, and I wish somebody would have solved that problem for us some time ago. But unfortunately, we had to go through, and we did what we had to do. And then there's a few people along the way, mostly, matter of fact, almost all South Africans, that was like, hey, let me show you this, let me show you that. And so what we ultimately show our people who travel with us is a proper South Africa that if they engaged it, that that makes them want to go back home, be motivated. And you heard me say it before. First of all, if you come up with a 5-year plan per se, and those for those who want to move here, right? Then use that time to build yourself up here in South Africa. Obviously you can do your research. I hear that a lot. Research. But at the same time, you can actually get what they call experience. And you can't get experience but just having experience. It's the only way you can get it. Y'all remember getting that first
credit card?
Yeah, that first credit card, and they're like, hey, you need to have credit. Well, what do you mean? I don't have credit. It's difficult. That's the same thing.
Yeah.
You just got to get it done. So I would say use that time, and that's where we come in. We bring you in as a tourist. You see things on let's say level 5 is a good level to start at. We put you there.
Yeah.
And then from there, you ultimately, because you cannot tell me that us black people, especially us in the United States, aren't smart people. We figure things out. Just give us a chance.
Yeah.
A lot of times we don't get a chance, but when we do very well. So we like to give people a chance. We put you at 5, watch them. Just watch them. Tell them what happens.
Watch and wait.
Yep.
They experience South Africa with us on the level 5. You give them a little bit of time, back and forth. They're hitting a 7 or 8 almost, on their own. And if they decide they want to go a little bit further, there might be some more work they got to put in. But they understand that it's easy to matriculate if you put in the work.
Yeah.
You got to have the desire. You got to put the work in.
Yeah. Even if they put their application, they say they want to move here, and they are like ready. They're like, I've done everything. I'm ready, and they have some resources on that side that they can transfer over. Here's the funny part: even if they get a setback, they don't feel like they need to broadcast it. They just readjust and say, okay, well, which direction can I go? Sometimes we might get a call, sometimes we don't.
Right.
But if we get a call and they're on the right path, it's very easy to say
the course correct.
Yeah, course correct. But if you don't have any experience and you've been, well, I heard this and I heard that, then it's pretty clear that you're not ready. It's clear. And again, nobody's gatekeeping or anything like that. But at the same time, if you want to enjoy South Africa the way that we enjoy South Africa, the way I enjoy it, I'm so sorry, then this is kind of what I'm telling you probably need to do. Because unfortunately, that's what I did.
Yeah.
And so forth. So that is the whole big reason why we started this tourism company, is to give people a proper opportunity to come to South Africa.
And to experience it on the level that motivates them, inspires them to start building a relationship with South Africa. You hear us talk about relationships all the time, but you do have to build a relationship with the country, and that enhances your experiences. When we talk about the experiences that we enjoy the food that we eat, and we enjoy it because it's in nice places and it's memorable. When we're having experiences, it's because we remember how many game lodges we've been to.
A lot of game lodges.
Yeah, the truth is, we were talking earlier, it was like we've been to so many lodges, we got to go back through the pictures to see where we've been, because we've been to that many lodges, and there's more for us to visit, and I want to do that. I want to enhance my experiences. I want to create more memories, and that's why South Africa is a place to be experienced and enjoyed.
Yeah. Matter of fact, show them where we are, Tasha.
Ooh, let me show y'all this.
Yeah.
Look at that.
Yeah, so we're going through the mountains, through the passes and whatnot. Just before it was farmland. Now out here you're going to see a lot of trees being harvested. So they will grow trees, harvest them for paper and so forth. And we just passed a bunch of trucks back there, and obviously those trucks are hauling wood, they're hauling product and so forth, because Mpumalanga has a serious fertile lands, and there's a lot of farming happening out here as well. So again, these are the choices that So I cannot tell you, you know, in good conscience to say, you know what, you saw a video or two, why don't you just sell your house and just move? I don't know how many people that has called us, emailed us, and so forth. And I keep telling them, I tell them all the same thing. Hey, have you been to South Africa before? They'll say, no, but I got a friend, or somebody said, or da-da-da-da-da. And I'm going to say, you need some experience. Kind of like that first credit card. You need some experience. Why don't you come on a trip? And then there are those that say, well, yes, that's a good idea. You know, can you sort me out on my trip? And we're like, sure. And they come, and it's the most wonderful thing that happens. They're just like, thank you. You know, I wasn't even going to come on a trip. I just wanted to move. But now that I've come on a trip, I have an understanding. Maybe we need to back up a little bit. Maybe we need to come up with a better plan, because now that we see the target, we can actually plan to hit the target.
Exactly. You know, talking about the experience, experience.
Yeah.
You know, what we've been finding with our people that do come on a tour, by the time they come on their second visit, by the time they come on their third visit, they have formulated a proper plan. That's when they start to say, what type of visa do I need to be in the country? Or they say, okay, I don't qualify just yet, but how can I buy me an investment property? Kind of start increasing my portfolio so that I can have Africa as part of my plan. All those things happen, but they start with the initial experience that you have. And it makes me proud to know that, you know, the 1,000 or so people that we've had come here have had those experiences, and at least a third of them have made moves to be here in South Africa properly.
Yeah, so that's what we're saying. And of course, you know, coming to South Africa should be easy. It's very easy now. It's not like this thing, like it's almost like, you know, flying cross country. You know, basically just contact us, you know, via email, via our website. You know, on the website we got plenty of packages to include, you know, Victoria Falls, which they're tending to book that as well. They're like, hey, I'm coming for 10 days. Oh, I saw on your website that I can go to Victoria Falls. I want to add that too. And then, you know, you add it. Keep in mind, in this process, you know how much work they're actually doing to put their stuff together? Like none. And that's what you want to do, because you don't know. For example, tell me where airlines flies from Johannesburg to Vic Falls. Nobody knows these things.
Yeah. I know.
Yeah, we know.
Yeah.
But there's so many things that we just know, and then that we partner with people. So when you do come, you don't have any issues. You literally do not have any issues. We take care of these things, and it just makes it a seamless process. And this is the last thing I'm going to leave you with, because I'm enjoying my view.
It's beautiful. Let me show you guys.
Yeah, I'm enjoying my view. You know, the thing is, I understand. Trust me, I wasn't always in this position. When we used to travel back in the day, like for example, when I used to go to Myrtle Beach, I couldn't tell you nothing about Myrtle Beach, but all I can do is tell you that, hey, I got a hotel room. So what do? You get a hotel room, you drive there, and then once you get there, you're trying to figure things out. Or you're asking people where to go, what to do, you know? And I used to do that. Not saying I didn't have a bad time. It was okay, I guess. But like, for example, just recently we went to Switzerland. I'm sure you guys saw a video or two, and I got more videos and stuff that I might put out. But everything was curated. Everything. I just told them the level I want to travel at and what I wanted to do. And then I got there, and they did it. It was exactly as planned, because I have professionals doing it. I didn't get to Switzerland and try to say, okay, I got a hotel room, let me figure it out. We shouldn't have to travel that way anymore. A lot of us. I understand we started out young, that's how we had to travel. But as you start getting a little bit more accomplished, you should be able to call a professional and say, hey, professional, do this for me. And then once that's done, you can go and enjoy your trip. And we had an amazing time.
We did.
Yeah.
I'm still thinking about it and talking about it every day because I'm trying to figure out, how I can swing in a couple more countries over there next time we go. So it definitely was an experience, one that is what we try to recreate for our clients when they come to South Africa. So experiences to me actually matter more than anything because it teaches you something. It taught me a lot about myself just going over there.
Mm-hmm.
And I think that even traveling to South Africa as a proper experience will teach you a lot about yourself as well and make you expand. Going to Switzerland opened up my whole mind.
Yeah. So
My whole mind.
yeah. So I'm not going to tell you what to do, but expand your horizon. Back when we first came here, keep in mind, I had been to a lot of countries before.
Yeah.
There's a lot of us that walk around. We've been in all these different countries. But I'm going to say, if you haven't been to Africa, and particularly in our case, South Africa, you're missing a big part of the picture. And obviously, the continent is massive.
Yeah.
So I would say, get yourself together. Reach out to us via any of those platforms that we have, especially our website, therealsouthafrica.com, and book your trip. Obviously, I'm going to mention it, shamelessly. We do have payment plans. We have our traditional payment plan where you put down 25%, and then you make payments. And then we have another one that you have an option when you check out. Call a firm. Now, I understand there are people that are like, well, I don't want to start no new, and you may not. I don't want to either. However, if you can use it as a tool to expand your horizons, I know there's a lot of people who are actually using a firm, and a lot of those people got an option to have 0% down and pay it over 36 months to travel. That's amazing. I thought it was amazing. Turn my sport button on.
Uh-oh.
So I can pass somebody. Yeah, here we go.
Sport button.
So that's all I'm saying. So we're trying to make it where there's no obstacle for you to come, and if you want to come on the days that you want to come, just let us know what days you want to come. You don't have to call us. First of all, give us your resume of who you are and what you do. No, if you just want to travel, we don't need a resume. I promise you that. Everybody wants to give us their resume. I don't know why, but they just do.
I don't know.
And then number two, you do not have to wait around a group to travel. Meaning that you don't have to wait till you get 6, 7, 8, 10 people together so y'all can travel. Trust me, we got it set up to where if it's onesie, twosies, threesies, you can travel and travel privately on our tours
And have the most amazing time.
Yeah, because you're not waiting on everybody to get done. You're just moving at your pace. If you want to spend a little bit of extra time at the museum, you can spend a little extra time. If you want to spend a little extra time at dinner or at breakfast, you can. Everything is set up for you. So again, all I can say is come on over and enjoy sunny South Africa. Time to visit South Africa for the very first time. Come and feel the vibe, taste the food, do all the good stuff. Visit us at therealsouthafrica.com. It is so exciting to come visit The Real South Africa. Choose your trip today on our website, therealsouthafrica.com. See you here. It is time for a vacation, and where else would you want to go? Look at South Africa as one of the premier destinations in the world. We have Cape Town, we have Johannesburg, and of course we have Durban, and of course some of the best attractions in the world. We offer 5-star experiences here in South Africa, and of course the cultural side of South Africa as well. Contact us now here at The Real South Africa. Do yourself a favor, come to South Africa, come to the Kruger, and enjoy what is meant for you to enjoy. Look at this environment. Can't you see yourself enjoying yourself right here with The Real South Africa Travel and Tourism? Well, we can make it possible, and we can do this for you today. Go to our website, therealsouthafrica.com, and book, and you'll be part of something like this, something very special, something you can tell your friends and families that you did. And yes, this is Africa. This is the Africa that they do not want you to see, but we're going to show it to you, and we're going to make it available. And yes, we've been there ourselves, and we feel that this is the best experience that you can actually have here in the Republic of South Africa. So come here on safari with us, and of course visit our website, therealsouthafrica.com.
Hi, I'm Trevor Noah, and I'm South African. And because I'm South African, people from all over the world insist on asking me questions about South Africa. So I decided to make an ad to answer some of those fascinating questions. Like, how cold and snowy is your Christmas? Well, Tracy, unfortunately, we can't afford snow. Nah, I'm just playing. We're in the Southern Hemisphere, which means when it's freezing in Connecticut, it's fantastic in Cape Town. Klaus sent me this one. Can you play golf in South Africa? Well, Klaus, we actually have some of the finest golf courses in the world, but judging by your 37 handicap, can you play golf? How many stars are your 5-star hotels? Brian wants to know, can I meet the lions? Well, I don't know if you want to meet them, but you can see them on safari. And get this, it's not just lions, Brian. We've got everything. There's elephants, there's rhinos, there's giraffes, there's buffaloes, there's leopards. Come on, man, expand your horizons. Ostriches. Is South Africa fun? Is it fun? Are you even watching this commercial, Michelle? Paragliding, bungee jumping, surfing, river rafting, shark cage diving, hot air balloons, hiking, cycling, wine tasting, whatever this guy's doing. Does that not look like fun to you, Michelle? Does that not look like fun? So, now that I've shown you South Africa, my only question is, when are you coming to experience it for yourself?
South Africa is just one click away, and when you check out, we have a financial option to help you make your payments. It's called Affirm. We have partnered with them, and at checkout, make sure you select Affirm as your payment option. All right, guys, this is Mark Edward Blanton from The Real South Africa, and guess what? Our visa services is back. We're going to be helping you guys with visas because we all know that it can be problematic to get a visa here in the Republic of South Africa. So what we have done, we partnered with a big company that will assist us, and we've checked them out. We recommend that their services are very, very proper. Of course, we go with proper here in the Republic of South Africa, and they can assist you. So if you have questions about, do I qualify for a visa, then that's when we have our consult. You get a consult with these guys. They will literally go through everything with you. And my expectations is for you to ask all the questions that you need to ask so you will know exactly which way to proceed. So they work in every arena of immigrations. So it would definitely help us who are looking to migrate to the Republic of South Africa. And all I can say is first, come on a trip, of course. And once you come on a trip, then you will be motivated to do all the work that needs to happen for you guys to come to South Africa properly. So all I can say is this is a great team. This is a great situation. All I can say is, again, reach out to us at outreach@therealsouthafrica.com. We will respond to you, and then you'll get an email, and then the process has began. Okay, so we will see you guys here properly in sunny South Africa.
Thank you so much for spending time with us today. If you like what you saw, please subscribe and don't forget to hit the notifications button so you don't miss out on all things The Real South Africa. Thanks again.